Dear Diary, this is almost the end of our beautiful family trip through Africa. Almost 8 months ago, Mommy said, pack your favorite toys and we are going to Africa. There's so many things I want to tell my friends back home in Barcelona. But I think the most impressive thing was visiting the little school in Madagascar.
My name is Amy and I'm 7 years old.
My name is Jason and I'm 9 years old. We are going to South Africa for 8 months.
And are you excited?
I am very excited.
Me too, I'm very excited.
It's not the first time that my brother Jason and I traveled to South Africa. Mummy was born in South Africa, so we try every year to celebrate Christmas with Opa. But going there for 8 months is something we never did before.
The skies are cold and gray. The storm is on its way.
My brother Jason is 2 years older than me. And besides the fact that he's a boy, he's really cool. Papa is from Germany, and when he's not sleeping, he always tries to make us laugh. Oh, and by the way, he's the one who's filming, so we won't see him in the film.
Your snow boots soles are chafed. You left your heart in paradise. You left it all to roll.
Happy to be home.
Absolutely, there's nothing, no better place than home.
After a long flight, we landed in South Africa in Cape Town, where Opa was already waiting for us. He's actually German, but he decided to move to South Africa over 50 years or something like that. So we see him only once a year.
So let me take you back to paradise. All you gotta do is close your eyes. And when you're frozen with desire, we'll put our toes up to the fire.
But we didn't stay in Cape Town for very long, because Papa and Mama say we have to pack our stuff for a very long and exciting trip.
Got a surprise for you.
Okay, what?
Do you want to see how we're going to Namibia?
Yes.
Go have a look. That's the car. So what does that mean?
We going camping!
Yeah!
What's you really? Seriously?
Yes, I'm being serious.
You're so.
Yes, me too.
A trip to Namibia in a camping van with Mummy. I couldn't believe that it's true.
We're almost there and we're going camping now. On the roof. Hello, now we're at the camping place. And we're gonna camp today. And Mommy's also gonna camp.
Und was ist hier?
A camping spot, a car, camp, mountains, rocks, and the family.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Excited?
Very.
Und Simsalabim. Wir haben ein Zelt.
Voila. I'm coming in! I love it!
We got a window.
We got a window! Yes, first.
Back home in Barcelona, the winter holidays were long over and our friends were back to school. That's why Olivia joined us just before our trip to Namibia to teach us and to make sure we wouldn't miss out.
20 plus 20?
Niemand. 10.
Olivia is from Germany, and she was living with us in Barcelona a couple of months before we started the trip to Africa.
We're going now to Bird Island.
And what do we see there?
Birds.
With Olivia, we were learning maths, German, and Spanish. But on our excursions, that's when we learned about the world and about the animals. Like in Bird Island, where we saw so many beautiful birds that you only can see there. On a sign, we read that there are 20,000 birds living on this island.
And where we're going today?
To Namibia.
There's it. Yippee!
Customs 800 meters.
Stop, I told you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I told him I'm sure we have to stop for you guys. And he goes, no,
Okay.
I'm sure we've done everything.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, do you need
What do you need? Passports?
Passport and the receipt to pay for the road?
Okay. Thank you.
For the road?
That's crazy for the video.
Jesus, how many countries and how many borders have you crossed? You're about to burn rubber and go through the customs control.
We going on a dirt road.
Just follow the road. The blood in your veins like a track for the trains. The heart always aims for the place where you belong. Just follow it home.
We've seen interesting stuff.
What do you mean?
Like up there.
Zebras running.
Papa, he's looking.
Need to stop searching.
Are they white with black stripes, or are they black with white stripes?
Just follow the road.
Well, now we saw already giraffes, zebras, and monkeys. And Wildschweine.
Wie heißen die?
Hot dogs.
Can love
Hey, was hast du da?
Eine Doodle. Eine Schildkröte.
with no way to show it to you in the flesh. If you follow the road till it leads you back home. You'll find
He did pee on my hand.
is yes.
At night, at the campsite, we were looking at bats. How I call them Fledermausen.
Ja, they bugs, they Fledermausen.
Yeah?
They Fledermausen.
What's a Fledermause?
Fledermausen. It's Amy language.
It's Amy language.
Fledermausen. Fledermausen.
I just love the way these trees are. It's like, don't you think it's magical?
Yes, it's like a window.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a window into the sky.
I mean, we got a flat tire.
Voll im Schnee.
Was machen wir mit dem Reifen?
change it into the other spare tire.
Hilfst du mir?
Nope.
Hey, wo sind wir?
Fish River Canyon.
Und wie fährt die Mami?
Turbo 20 kilometers per hour.
To get to the Fish River Canyon was one of the most amazing things. For hours before, we were driving through the hot desert, but then all of a sudden, right in front of us, was this big, huge canyon. Mommy said it's the second biggest canyon in the world.
Hello, right now, where are we? In Fish River Canyon, and I think here it is. Wow. Whoa. Okay, I can show you it.
No electricity and ready the bare essentials.
Jason, look
Eh?
at the shower! A toilet! And a shower! And where you wash your hands!
The next camping place that we went to was in the middle of the desert. No houses around, no shops, no restaurants, nothing. And the best thing was that we were the only people that were camping that night.
Das ist ein Backhotel.
Ja, ein Hotel.
No other soul
Oh,
around.
Jason,
Just us and the stars and the bug hotel.
What happened last night?
That animals came around us. And Mary started shouting, and then you woke up.
And what do you think? What animals was this?
Of a cheetah, maybe. Here. There. Walking through here. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers and one little patch.
But that's my footprint.
Which one?
This one. I went here, and that was mine.
Do you walk like this, Amy?
Yes, I do. We still don't know if it was a cheetah that visited us that night. But anyway, the funny thing was that from that day on, Mommy never wanted to sleep in the tent on the ground anymore. She now always wanted to sleep in the tent on the roof of the car because she was too scared of the animals. That's why Papa had to sleep on the ground. Everywhere we went, there were animals running around freely. There were no fences, no gates, just animals in the nature.
When I'm
There were zebras, there were kudus, there were giraffes, everything, like in the zoo, but a very big zoo. But then we came to a place that Papa told us about, where there is some of the biggest sand dunes in the world. I imagined them big, but what we saw was gigantic. And obviously, we wanted to climb them.
Jason, you only did this bit. Come on, you can do this.
So we woke up early in the morning, before the sun gets too hot, and started our climb. Climbing a sand dune is really difficult, because every step you do, you actually go 2 steps backwards. But finally, we reached the top of the dune 45.
I told you, Mommy, it's a fantastic view.
It's not the biggest sand dune in Sossusvlei, but it's a beautiful view from up there. You can look to Dune 7, the highest sand dune in the world, with 388 meters.
We just climbed Dune 45.
But with lots of stops on the way. I made it!
We went to a museum where the people of the village showed us how they used to live before. They were called the Damara, and it was super interesting to see how they dance, what they used for medicines, and how they do fire and stuff like that.
In the past, because they didn't have any hospitals or any clinics. But nowadays we use the medicine for the first help, like first aid, and then we go to the nearest clinic or to the nearest hospital. If you're having a bleeding nose or non-stop headache, take a dry dung, take a coal from the fire, put on top of the dung, and then you inhale the smoke, and the bleeding nose will also stop.
And this is what the?
The elephant dung.
Elephant dung.
Guaros.
Guys, if you don't know how to make a fire, don't know how to hunt, you are not going to get married.
Okay, now we driving, and it's very beautiful here. Can you look at me, please? Hello?
Our next stop was the Spitzkoppe. It's an impressive rock that's 700 meters high and stands in the middle of nowhere.
Don't you want to do the mountain? Yes, I do. But then, let's get out. Ugh.
We had a perfect campsite right at the foot of the mountain. And because we love climbing mountains, we went and climbed one.
We're climbing the mountain.
Cool. So let's go.
Hello, now we're going to Etosha and we're gonna see lots of animals.
Parabodus villosus, one of the deadliest scorpions in the world, can be found in the entire western region of Namibia. So, we're basically screwed.
The Etosha National Park was the main goal of our trip. We wanted to see lots of animals.
We read in a book that there's 18 elephants and 7 what?
7
Lions? Lions, 7 lions.
And it was the first night in a long time that we didn't sleep in the tents on the roof of the car, but in a comfortable lodge with a swimming pool.
A scorpion in the water.
When we were swimming, we saw a scorpion in the water.
Yeah, it's big.
It's a deadly scorpion.
And you're not scared?
Not really. I'm
Why?
not scared. Because it was the scorpion, and that's why I'm not scared.
Every cowboy, he always misses when he's aiming at the target in his head. And every broken man finds his idle hands grasping at tomorrow's promised land. And I've been thinking about running, and I'll get out on the town just for myself. And that's when I saw her, and she looked right through me. And when I said I do that day, I really do. 'Cause every cowboy, he always misses his shot when he's aiming at the target in his head. And every broken man finds his idle hands grasping at tomorrow's promised land. And I've been thinking
The 3 days in the Etosha Park was the end of our Namibia trip. I could have stayed there forever, watching the animals, sleeping on the roof of our car. I just loved it. It just felt like living in a natural history film. And the best thing was that we could be there as a family.
it's the thing that keeps me further from myself.
But the end of our Namibia trip had also a good thing, because we were on our way to see Opa again. And there were a lot of things that we still wanted to do in South Africa. The best thing we discovered were the waves. Papa loves the water and the waves, and he wanted to show us how cool it is to ride a wave. So he took us with his old Beetle that used to be the car of our grandmother. We spent many hours with Papa surfing the waves and discovering the beauty of the ocean. On one of those trips, we went to Coffee Bay on the wild coast. On the way back, Mommy said there was still another surprise waiting for us.
We have decided that before we go back, we need to do another trip. We did Cape Town, we did Namibia, we did lots of South Africa, but now we've decided we're going to do another trip. So guess where we're going to go?
Yes, just tell it.
One of the characters in the film is called Alex.
And the other one is Melvin.
Madagascar?
Yes! We're going to Madagascar! Hey? Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
Yes!
Let's see.
Madagascar. I didn't really know that it even exists. And now we were there. We traveled with Mommy's friend Lisa and with her daughter Grace. Because Lisa had been many times before in Madagascar. She even bought a house in Madagascar, and that's where we wanted to go. She said it's a house on an island where you can only get there by boat. But first, we spent some days on the main island. Everything was different to anything I've seen before. The people, the streets were different, the smells were different, everything was different. Normally I don't like to go shopping, but here it was exciting. It was so interesting what people eat, what people offer to buy, and also to see that there's not much that you can choose from. Madagascar is definitely one of the poorest places I've seen. But the people didn't really seem to be sad about it. They were just like the people at home. Some were happy, some were stressed, some were friendly, some were rude, just like at home. After 3 days, we were ready to go on a boat to go to Lisa's home. I couldn't wait to see it. Lisa's home looked just like in the movie Madagascar. It was built out of wood and palm leaves with the jungle in the background. It was unbelievable, just like the movie. And the best thing was that there were no other houses around, as far as your eyes could see. If we wanted to go to the other side of the bay, we had to book half an hour to a village nearby and ask a fisherman if he can bring us to the other side. What I like about here is that it's just nature and water, the sea. We don't have to go with cars, we go with boats when we want to go to a beach or something. They took us with an old boat without a motor, but with a lot of holes, and with a sail that looked like bed sheets on a stick. We couldn't talk to the people because we didn't understand their language, but I still think they are the kindest people I've met.
Oh, that's refreshing. Yes.
We even found Nemo in Madagascar. and loads of other fish. You just have to put your snorkel gear, go in the water, and you can see hundreds and thousands of fishes. It was like swimming in an aquarium.
It's a big needlefish with very sharp teeth.
You wanna eat?
Oh,
Do you want to
look at
hold him up? Okay, yeah.
this.
Hold him
Yeah.
up. Which
I
is
still
your strong
don't
arm?
see. Yes.
Got him?
Oh wow, he's heavy.
Heavy, huh?
Every day we learn something new.
There's 6 solar panels, and those are all of the panels that we use for all our energy. This is the water that pumps up from the well to here, and then from here it goes to a bathroom, to a shower. We definitely not allowed to drink it. And then we also got a drinking place, that's the spring.
Now we're going to fetch water of the lake.
Oh, here we are. Taking water.
Yeah, I think I got enough bottles to carry now.
The important thing about taking water is that you have to watch out of any insects that come in there, or if you take some sand, dirty sand, or if your bottle falls down, then you have to start off new. We put a tablet in, a water tablet, so all the bacteria and everything dies. Or if we don't got any more left, then we just boil the water up and then let it cool down and finished.
And of course, we also saw lemurs in the forest. They look exactly like in the film. Remember King Julian? They are such funny creatures with such funny eyes. After 2 weeks, we didn't have so much to eat anymore. So we went to the next village, which was half an hour to walk, to see what we can find there.
Wow, look at all the fish.
I knew that there wasn't a supermarket in the village, but I really didn't expect that there was nothing to buy. I mean, there was a little shop, but in the shop there was almost nothing. We bought some fish, and then Lisa said she wants to buy some chicken.
She said that I don't want to take her mom
Yeah.
from her babies.
Yeah, no.
So sad. Don't worry, he's going to have a good laugh before the pot ends. So take it. Very good.
We didn't eat the chicken straight away. We first ate the fish that we bought. The chicken wasn't big enough, so we had to give him something to eat first.
We got some food for him before he dies.
10 days later, the chicken has grown quite big.
Makes me sad because it is quite beautiful.
It's just the way it goes when you're something down. Goodbye, chicken. There we go. Soldier doing it. This is dying now. Goodbye, chicken.
Oh, thank you.
We're eating now the chicken that we were feeding a few days that was still alive, and this morning we killed him, so today we're gonna eat him.
I still want to put it.
Everything we experienced in Madagascar was different of back home. The market, the food, the houses, everything. But only when we visited this school in the village nearby, I realized that growing up here is like growing up on a different planet.
I officially started the school in 2014. So often a villager would come past and they'd buy some stuff, and then they'd ask me please to open a school for their children. And every time I'd say, I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested. But you know what? I have a child of my own now. And when she was growing up, I thought to myself, they're so precious. I can't possibly leave the children of the village without a school. So from that moment I made plans, and they've come to light. Now the children of the village have a school. What are you doing?
Go to the beach.
You're the reason.
The school that Mummy's friend Lisa built gives the kids the choice if they want to stay on their planet or if they maybe want to leave someday.
I want them to have a choice. I want them to be able to decide if they want the country life or if they want a more modern life for themselves and their children.
But when we were playing with the kids, it was just like playing with our friends in Barcelona. When we play, we don't have to talk to each other to understand each other. We just play. We just forget about who we are or where we are. Madagascar was the end of our beautiful journey.
That was amazing! That was amazing! That was amazing!
We learned so many new things. We saw so many beautiful places. And we made so many new friends. The only thing I don't know is, where will Mommy and Papa take us next time?